All right. Now I've done pretty good about trying to keep the tail out of the blood, because most people want to keep that tail fan. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get these feet out of my way. And I'm just taking my knife and trimming up around the edge. You can see that joint right there. Now you can get in that joint and whittle around with your knife and cut around it without a problem. But I like to cheat. If I make these hand cutters work, and I like to break that joint out. Now the feet, you don't have to do anything to. They'll just dry on their own. I mean, I wouldn't recommend keeping them on your dining room table, nothing like that. Your wife would probably be upset. A little bit harder time with this. We got that one done. Some long spurs, 1.5-inch spurs on this baby. He's pretty. Now you can take him and, you know, I'd wash him up if you're gonna save him, and you can even pose them. I've seen people take them and set them like that and pose them, tape them that way where they dry. But however you want to do it. All right, we've got all the meat we're gonna take. We don't save the drums. These birds run around all day long. I know there's people gonna watch this and say, no, you're throwing away a lot of meat. And I know some people say the drumsticks are worth saving. I personally don't like them. They're very stringy. They're very tough. This is a very strong animal. This is an old bird. He's about a 4-year-old bird. So we just don't fool with saving the drumsticks. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip him over. I'm gonna try to turn him in a way that the camera can see what I'm doing, but I'm lifting that tail up, and depending on how many feathers you want to save is how far I'll slice up. You can see this fan's real pretty. It's got some white in it. I got a little blood on it, but he's got some white in his feathers. Old man, he's gray. So I'll turn him like this, lift him up. See his old duty hole right there. Alright, I'm going to try to get over here, see how the camera's way, and let you see. And what I'm going to do, I kind of got it bunched up, and you'll feel a knot of muscle and meat right in there, right above that duty hole. And that's kind of where I cut. I just take my knife, you see it just lay open like that. I actually got kind of down into there where the guts are at, and there's a knob of meat and flesh that's holding that fan together. I just kind of slice it right there. Kind of slice it in. Now, if you're gonna get this thing mounted, the fan mounted by a taxidermist, I would recommend carrying the rest of the bird and let him take the fan off. You'd generally be better, because if you mess it up, you know, it's harder to fix, but most of them can fix it. But if you want to cut your own off, this is just kind of how we're doing it. And sometimes this goes real easy, and sometimes it don't go real easy. As you can see, I'm kind of turning it, and I'm cutting around, and there's some bone and some cartilage and some stuff in there, but it just kind of pops out, and what you get is that right there. Now what you can do is lay this down on a piece of cardboard, get some thumbtacks and hold it out, you know, real good and straight. Thumbtacks won't hurt nothing. And then this part right here, you want to heavily salt it. You know, at the bottom, the top, work it in, and just once it's on that cardboard, just pile the salt on it. And then you want to keep it somewhere cool and dry. Again, I don't recommend the house, because this may put off a little smell as it's curing. But at the same time, you don't want to stick it out in the yard in the weather, or in a 200-degree storage shed. So You know, put it somewhere where you can save it. If you're not ready to do that right now, fold it up, put it in a garbage bag, and put it in the freezer. So we're going to set this over the side. So what we ended up with, old Tom, he provided us a couple of breasts for the kitchen, a couple of souvenirs here. Got the pretty beard. As you can see, I got a little blood on me, but it's not too bad. That's really about all it is to it. Cleaning a turkey is pretty easy, pretty quick. If you weren't trying to do it on camera and show exactly how you're doing it, I mean, you can clean a turkey in 5 minutes. So it's real simple. This is going to end up going, thrown away, going in the trash. These will get saved in. You'll save these for mementos. We'll take the breast in the kitchen, trim them up, get the fat off of them, wash them up real good. Denny made a nice headshot on it, so we don't have any pellets in the breast to worry about. If you do shoot one through the breast, you'll see a little bit of hole and it'll be dark. Take your knife and slice it because you want to. It'll pull feathers in with that shot, and it'll burn it if you cook it with those feathers in there. So you want to make sure, even if you have to slice it up where it looks like Freddy Krueger got a hold to it, you want to get those feathers out from the meat. But we got no pellets in that breast, so it's going to be good to go. We'll put one in the freezer, and the other one we'll eat. So I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you checking out Talk Hunting Magazine, and we'll see you later. Happy hunting.